It's funny the way you tell a story and everything.
Funny how? What's funny about it?
Just
What?
You talk funny.
You mean, let me understand this, because, maybe it's me. I'm a little fucked up, maybe, but I talk funny how? How do I talk funny? I talk funny like a clown? I amuse you?
Get the fuck out of here, Sharon.
No, we got a show to do, you stutter and prick ya.
Welcome to We Talk Funny, a weekly hour-long podcast hosted by Sharon Pfeiffer and Joe Rubo. A show that's less about the way they talk and more about what they talk about. WTF, a show about entertainment, celebrity, comedy, culture.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the We Talk Funny podcast here at the world-famous Podcast Junkie Studio in Boca Raton. Fucking beautiful. It's so good to be here tonight. What a great week. Unbelievable guest tonight. What a show we have.
Yes.
Let me start by introducing my beautiful co-host, Sharon Leopard Pfeiffer.
Sharon Leopard Pfeiffer. He's so goofy. That's me, Sharon Leopard Pfeiffer. I have never been called that before, but I'll take it.
Look like a leopard. I want you to jump me.
Well, it's so nice to see you. Happy New Year, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Happy New Year. Yeah,
you too.
It's 2026.
Yeah, we're in the new year.
Yeah. How are you doing, Ben?
I missed you guys so much.
You
Welcome
did?
back. Yeah, it's good to have you guys back in
like
studio.
2 weeks.
It's been a little while.
Yeah, man.
I had to take a little break from the studio, but
You took a break?
yeah, I know.
This guy works 24/7.
No, I was on call the whole time.
Yeah.
Your show still came out, so
And they came out great, by the way.
They look so-
Show everybody your nice long hair.
Oh, sure. No, because it's not gonna be here.
That's right. He said his New
He's
Year's
getting rid of
New
it.
Year's resolution.
His
He's
New
cutting
Year's
that name off.
resolution, he's cutting it off.
Yep.
He hasn't cut it off yet, but he's going to.
Yep. So what's going on?
Well, what's going on? A lot has happened. A lot has happened since I last
time.
saw you. Yes.
I'm a grandpa.
Well, yes, you are. You are a grandpa. Big
Wait.
Congratulations.
Way earlier than planned. An event that probably took years off my life yesterday, but it's my daughter's fine. The baby's premature, but she's great. My little granddaughter Lila. All you could say is health and happiness.
That's
all
right.
the best.
But it's amazing what the hospitals and the neonatal units,
Technology nowadays.
the technology, what they can do to take care of these little teeny tiny babies. It's just amazing.
Yeah, my son-in-law comes in the room with it was like the size of a big matchbook. He goes, "This is the baby's diaper."
Oh my gosh.
She's literally that big.
Oh, teeny tiny baby.
I didn't see the baby yet. They won't let us see him. Only he could see her, and my daughter once she feels better. But my daughter said today, the nurses, the baby's got blonde hair, and it's 2.9 pounds, and it's making a racket in the
Oh,
place.
really?
She goes, "We know your baby, Nicole."
She's loud.
I go, she takes after her mother and my daughter.
and maybe you.
Yeah, not me. I'm quiet, right?
Yeah, you're quiet. Got get on over here.
But I'm very happy, as you can tell.
You must be so proud.
Yeah, this is going to be a good year.
Yeah, I think so.
The show's doing great. What
Yeah, the
episode we
show's
on? I don't want to give you the wrong number because then you're going to
You know what?
start
I
breaking my
got to
balls.
tell you the truth.
You forgot.
I don't even know.
Yeah, I got her.
I want to say 11.
I was going to say 12. Which is it?
I think it's 11.
I think it's 11.
Can never catch her.
Can't
catch her.
You caught me off
I'm gonna
guard with
double
that
check
question.
right now. Let me see.
Abby was 10.
I'll give you $10 if you say it's 12.
Abby was 10, so Kenny's 11.
Yep. All right.
She got you there.
All right. Good. Whatever it is, 11, and it's just every week it's going so quick.
I know, it's amazing. I feel like we just started.
Yeah.
And compared to most podcasts, we have just started, right? We're relatively new, but we are growing in leaps and bounds. Our fan base is growing. People, anytime I see anybody in person, they're always like, "Oh my God, I watched your podcast. It was great. I love your co-host." And
What's there not to love?
Yeah, and people are really impressed.
And with the main thing here, guys, we need you to follow, subscribe, Tell everybody about us.
comment.
Come on, get involved. We'll answer you back. We answer every comment and everything you write. We answer you back. So please follow us. It helps. Got to pay the bills over here, you know.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow, tell people about it.
Well, he Ben yesterday said something to me. I don't know if he was just stroking me or what, but he said, "I'm getting so much feedback on your podcast, and it's a new one." He goes, "I've never gotten such feedback so fast."
Really?
And it's the truth, because what's happens, a lot of people are telling their friends, and nobody really comes and be's a fan. And I feel like a lot of times these people are, for you guys, I'm seeing the progress, and yeah, it might not be as fast but it's hard. You're jumping in the ocean, and you're a little fish.
Yeah, we're little fish in a big pond.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Little fish.
And it seems like everybody has a podcast. I have to tell you,
Yes,
I
they
was
do.
just in Vegas recently.
Bunch of them there, huh?
And every single person I met, and I was at this big event, a gala event, and I'll talk about it in a moment. But everybody had a podcast.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own podcast, and it's not the niche medium that it once was. Where even 2 years ago, if you said you had a podcast, people were like, "Wow, you have a podcast? Tell me about it." Oh,
Now it's like, oh well.
yeah. Now,
But you got to say, what do you talk about?
Right.
We talk about real shit.
you know what?
Real
That's what
shit.
everybody says. They all say the same exact thing, only they have a different title to their podcast. Whatever the title of their podcast is, it's always cute and whatever, but they all have the same, what you just said. But we really dive deep. We really get into the nitty gritty. We really talk about the real issues that matter today. And what I said was, well, we don't.
We talk funny.
And then, of course, they say, well, what's the name of your podcast? I say, We Talk Funny, TAWK, and then everybody laughs.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, what is it about? I'm like, well, a whole bunch of nothing. We always bring in fabulous guests. We let them talk. We do
Right.
not have a list of questions. We literally shoot from the hip, and we just talk to them about them and whatever they want to talk about.
And it winds up being a shit show funny.
So much fun.
That's what happens.
Every single guest that has been on so far,
Even the serious ones get
even the
fun.
serious ones, they end up talking about funny stories, funny things, and we just have a good time here, which I think is a little bit different from your average podcast where most people have a list of questions. Most people are more, will say more professional, and I'm not undermining what we're doing here, but
Will you give me my homework? We have a little outline.
we have homework, and we do. We
Never stick to it, but she gives it to me.
Well, we try to have enough knowledge about our guests, going into it.
Information.
This guest I don't know too much about, so you're gonna have to take over this one.
But anyway, so the thing that I did when I was in Las Vegas
Yes.
was for an association that I belong to called the IAOTP, which stands for International Association of Top Professionals, and initially I was nominated.
And that what's it? International
Association
of
of
Topless Professionals.
Well, now listen. You know what?
Sorry.
I love that.
Sorry.
Because I could have gone to that.
You could have won
too.
that one.
I don't know if I would have won that one, but I could have
But go ahead. We
been
cut
a
you
part
off.
of
I'm
that
sorry.
and been proud of it.
That's
And
my
it would have-
mind. That's my sick mind.
In Vegas, especially, it would have been completely appropriate. But no, this was just top professionals.
Right.
And so they have every year they have an end of year gala event for all their honorees, which I was honored to be an
Nice.
honoree and humbled, by the way, because all these
I saw the videos. They look great.
yeah, they were CEOs and doctors and all these amazing people that I felt like I didn't belong to. Scott Baio was there.
I love
and
Scott,
yeah, he's a great guy, and his all these different people. Some
Get him on the show.
no, I didn't even talk to him. I didn't even.
But you did talk to people about watching us. I know you.
I did, but I'll be honest with you. I really felt out of place there.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was weird. I didn't feel like I belonged.
Oh, you look like you were having fun.
I was having fun, but I really felt like, these were accomplished people, who set up a foundation for, Haitian refugees, who, like all these very, very accomplished people. And I was like, yeah, I'm a stand-up comedian.
And my co-host is Joe Rubo, and we do a show called We Talk Funny.
Yeah, like I just felt, really, I was really proud to be there, but I felt maybe a little out of place.
You got a free trip to Vegas, and you had some fun.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't.
Did you win gambling?
It wasn't free.
Did you win gambling?
No, I didn't win gambling.
Who does?
Yeah, but it was, it was at the Bellagio. It was great.
Bellagio's nice.
And then I must mention that I did get to go to the grand opening of our sponsor.
Yes.
How you doing? They just opened their newest location on the Strip on Las Vegas Boulevard.
They're fucking huge.
Yes, it wasn't even open yet, and I got to go in and see before they opened. And let me tell you something. What an amazing thing for them to be able to open their next location. They're currently, how every week we always talk about Coral Springs. They are not open yet, but they're opening the first quarter of 2026.
I come all the way here for it now.
I know you do. Yeah. I know you do. And I'm so excited for them. I'm so excited for them. They're doing great things, and they're in a great location, great spot. And they're going to do really well there. They're in a brand new building, and within the building is this huge Netflix venue. Like, it's not, a Netflix. They're not filming Netflix shows, but they like bring Netflix things, and it's a venue for Netflix.
Like a Netflix shop. Shop.
Yeah, something like that. And it's really cool. I'm really excited for them. So shout out again to How You Doing.
And I can't wait. That pizza should be here soon.
Yeah, it'll be here soon.
Okay.
It'll be here in a little while.
Feel my stomach growling.
I hope you're hungry, guest. I hope you're hungry.
All
We're
right,
not saying your name yet.
Before we get to our great guest.
Yes.
I can't wait to get to this guy. We have to give a shout out to our sponsor.
Yes. So we're going to take a couple of minute break. Not even, just to shout out to Deck Masters of South Florida. So take it away, Ben.
Okay, we're back.
And we're back. We are back, and now it is time to bring in our very esteemed, and he's steamy, our very esteemed guest, who we both personally know as a friend, but we also know him professionally on many different levels. He's not just an artist, and a fantastic artist at that. He's also a really accomplished actor. He is a member of the quote-unquote lowrider community, and if you don't know what that is, I challenge you to Google it, and you'll be very impressed with that.
Lowriders, man.
He's been in many, many, many magazines, and he's even written a few books. Are you in a few books?
I made the covers.
Made the covers.
One of them is loosely based on some of the things.
I love it. So, Joe,
covers.
I'm going to let you take it from where I just left off.
Okay.
Say a couple more things, and then we'll.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for these awesome mugs.
Yes, we didn't mention what we were drinking out of. Usually, I use a different glass, but these are our artist tonight. Our guest brought these in for us. He designed these.
Yes.
And he created the artwork that's on these coffee cups, and he gave them as gifts.
Yes. I mean, you could. It's what's this one called?
Intrusive Thoughts.
That's me.
And what is mine called?
Ride and Shine.
Ride and Shine. That's me.
Like Kenny, let me tell you, Kenny's a really old friend of mine. I consider him a brother. He's a great guy, but it's really, when you say MAGCHOP. You explain to people what MAGCHOP is. It's like it's crazy, but the art is unbelievable. When I first met you and you showed me the art, I was like, "How the fuck did you make this?"
Let's
told me, and I'm
mention his
like,
name first. Let's bring him in.
Officially.
Let's officially. You're just asking questions.
I don't even know his real name. I call him
WTF. Okay? Say his name.
Kenny Ruiz.
Say my name.
Kenny MAGCHOP Ruiz. My main man.
Hey.
All right? Better?
Thank you.
Hosting.
Got it.
Hosting.
I call him MAGCHOP Kenny.
That's it.
That's what most people call me,
Yeah.
MAGCHOP Kenny. Yeah. I've gotten very much known as MAGCHOP Kenny, which was
MAGCHOP Kenny.
At first, it was funny. I would always make it a point to say, "Hi, I'm Kenny from MAGCHOP," and then before I knew it, people were like, "Oh, it's MAGCHOP Kenny," and then people started just calling me MAGCHOP.
Yeah. Everyone, even we go out, we go, "Hey, Mag, people are out. Hey, MAGCHOP.
Hey,
Hey,
MAGCHOP.
MAGCHOP."
Yeah, it's become
So
the thing.
tell us what MAGCHOP is.
Okay, so I do collage art, and I've gotten pretty well known for doing collage art. And how I do my art is I chop up magazines. So I named my company MAGCHOP because I chop magazines.
And you just put it
And-
all together.
But I love the story behind what inspired you to start doing that.
Yeah. So it's we can go a little emotional roller coaster here.
It's okay.
So I was always an artist. I grew up in Chicago as a graffiti artist, and run around subways and everything. And then obviously it's kind of grew in as things changed in my life. I started turning to gangs. My mom freaked out, moving to Florida, and I ended up down here in Florida. Well, grew up. I spent most of my life down here. Now, I moved down here for high school, and I was an artist, but I never pursued it as in a career or anything like that. I just was a good artist. I would just draw stuff.
Yeah.
I can draw a person. Whatever I looked at, I can draw it. It was almost like I looked at a piece of paper and the image was there, and I could just trace it out. Because I could do stuff like make a random line and be like, "Yo, watch this," and then make that line mean something in the piece.
I can't even make a stick figure.
Yeah, well, neither can I anymore. When my mom passed away, I lost the ability to draw.
Oh.
Completely. I noticed it when I was in the hospital with her. Every day that I was there, it was like I was drawing to like keep my mind off stuff. And I was like, I would look at it the next day and like, what is that? What am I drawing? You know what I mean? And when she finally passed away, it was like one day I went to sit down and I was like, I couldn't see anything. It was like not there. And years earlier, I had made a collage art, a piece. And what it was, I worked for American Royal Arts. If you guys know what that is, if you don't, they were the entertainment fine art leaders for entertainment art. Like it was like we had a lot of stuff, but I was an accountant.
Oh, wow.
And it was funny because I had my art hanging up in my office.
Wow.
And the artists from the gallery would come in. They're like, "How come your art's not on the walls in the gallery?" And I'm like, "I'm not going to do that." And
You were the accountant.
yeah, I
Did you get
art
in? Did you get in the gallery?
No, I never did. No. And so when I ended up leaving there, I went through a trial. I was facing actually life in prison, and I really went through a nightmare.
We got to talk about that, but after you tell.
So, after it was all said and done, when I was getting ready to buy my house, I was speaking to Jerry Gladstone, the guy who owned American Royal Arts, and I asked him, why do people pay so much money for this artwork? And what is the whole thing about this artwork? You know what I mean? Because even as an artist, I just didn't get it. And he said to me, he's like, because people like when they walk in your house, they have a conversational piece, something that reminds them of them or who they are. So when I was getting ready to move, we were throwing stuff out, and I threw away my wife's Cosmopolitan collection of magazines, right? And I think it's Cosmo. Is that the one where you line them up? When you stack them, there's like a guy's silhouette on the bind of the thing. Did you know
Maybe.
that?
I didn't know
so
that.
whatever the magazine is, that if you stack them up on the binder, there's like a
Sure,
guy's
it's Cosmopolitan. It's your
Sounds
woman,
like
yeah.
Playgirl.
probably. So
You didn't do any collage art with that, I hope.
oh no. Well, one piece. No. So,
Dirty Birdie.
yeah. So she was not happy with me, and she said, "All right, well then, we're gonna match energies, and you're throwing your lowrider magazines away." And Elizabeth, I'm
What?
I mean, I was like,
No,
so
yeah.
I said, all right, fair is fair. But you know what? I said, I'm going to make a piece out of them that basically going to tell a story of who I am. And so I made this piece called First Impression. And it was funny because like when I was home one day, I was sitting there I was in my artwork, I was looking at my art room, and I was just like kind of stuck. And my wife was like, hey, listen, why don't you make another collage? See if maybe that sparks your creativity. And so I did. And it was like, man, it took me a couple months, but I got it done. And I was like, oh, I'm going to make some more. And so I started making them, and every now and then my wife and kids liked when I would hang it up in the house. And so I had left Waste Management, and I went to another company, and I got hired, and it was a really big deal, this company that I was going to. And I went through 2 interviews. I got the job in the second interview. I was coming in for an onboarding. And the onboarding was set for like Tuesday, right? And so on that Thursday, my wife's friend who was engaged came over with her fiance, and we're sitting at the dinner table, and he's talking, we're all talking and stuff, and I'm talking to the guy, but he's looking beyond me. And I'm thinking to
Looking at the
myself,
art.
yeah, but listen, I didn't know he was looking at the art because I didn't think anyone was really going to pay attention to it because it was just like I had never done collage
Something you
art.
did on your spare time.
Right. I'd never done collage art. And when I used to draw, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a fan of collage art. I didn't like it. Like, funny that I ended up doing it. So I kind of got freaked out because I was like, we're in my house. He's looking beyond me. And I'm thinking, there's a giant spider on my wall.
That's a cockroach.
Right. There's a roach running across.
Right. And no, but I'm not lucky like that. I don't get the regular ants and roach problems, right? No, I get giant spiders. I had a baby alligator fight my cat.
Oh my God.
Like I have,
a possum.
You went beyond that.
I mean, yeah. So I'm thinking, oh my God, what's walking on my wall? And I looked back and I see the only thing on the wall is my art piece. And I kind of look at him like, what are you looking at? And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm listening to you. Where did you get that? And I
made it.
I straight up was like, I made that shit. Just like that. Right? And he's like, you made that? He's like, well, where are the rest of them? I want to see them all. And it kind of caught me off guard because I didn't really know much about the guy. You know what I mean? As far as I knew, he was like a security for a major artist.
Right.
So I sit back and I was like, what makes you think there's more? And he's like, because nobody does that once.
He's right.
And I was like, oh, all right, I'll show you. So I'm like, oh, this guy likes my art. Like, all right, cool. I like him. He can marry my wife's friend. So, I show him a few of the pieces, and the guy's, he's not a small guy. He's towering over me. 6'4". He's 240 pounds. He's a big dude. And he's looking at one of the pieces, and he's like, do you know who I am? And I'm like, I'm from Chicago, so I'm like, you know who I am? What you mean? What you talking about? You know who I am? You know what I mean? And so he goes, do you know what I do? And I said, I heard you work for like Guy Harvey. And he's like, no, Guy Harvey works for me.
Damn.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh. And he goes, what do you know about Guy Harvey? I said, world's most renowned nautical artist. That's what I know. And he goes, you know how I got him that title? I took him to every continent that you could sell art on, and I sold his art there. And he goes, but I noticed something when I traveled. Around the world, collage art is one of the most popular mediums out there. There's a whole university dedicated to it, in like Europe or something like that. And in America, it's the least popular. And he goes, and I've seen it all around the world, and I've never seen it done like this. And I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, I think the world needs to see this. And I was like, well, that's a pretty interesting perspective. And he's like, if you want, I can help you get started. We can get your artwork. We can put it on every manufacturer that works with Guy Harvey. I'll get you started with.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But I had just landed this major role and major job. You know what I mean? I was a job guy. I was
So yeah, you had to go choose
like,
between.
I told him, I was like, listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to give up this position I just got to become a starving artist. Not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That's not my thing.
I get it.
You know what I mean? I know the work. I've seen it. I've seen how hard the artists, that they fight for it.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. Well, I went to the onboarding, and I end up meeting with the HR lady, and she's like, oh, by the way, we're not hiring you.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not hiring me?
See, it was meant to be.
What was the onboarding?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm like, because I
Why
walked
am I
in.
here?
Now, you got to understand it. I'm excited about this position. I walk up these long stairs into I open the office door.
Onboarding.
Yeah, and I'm expecting, I already told I'm meeting the owners, I'm meeting all these people that they told me I'm going to meet. But there's one woman standing there. But there's a door behind her, so I'm like, oh, okay. So I walk in, and I'm like, hey, we ready for the team? What's going on? Good morning. She's like, no, it's just me and you. Like, dead serious. But she's dead serious, right? So I had to put my game face on. You're like, so I sit down, and she goes, we're not hiring you. And I go, why not? And she's like, I met the whole team. As far as I'm here for an onboarding. What happened? And she's like, well, as the HR lady, I have to look at liabilities. And you had some serious charges that were pending against you, and I look at you as a liability now. And I was like, ma'am, with all due respect, if you did your history properly, you would see, I was proud of this. I was like, you would see that I was found not guilty of a jury of anything but my peers. She said, so was OJ. We're not hiring you.
Oh, damn.
That's how she answered you?
Yeah, she said, so was OJ.
Oh,
We're not
shit.
hiring you. And I was like,
The fuck you.
ow.
That's a smackdown.
The thing was, yeah.
She was like,
Yeah, the thing is that
What the fucking fuck?
So what'd you tell her? I got your job right here.
no,
so you called up
I was
Tall
so
man.
angry that I couldn't be angry.
Yeah.
I just was like, all right, have a good day. I walked out.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That was it.
You
I
kind
was
of do
just
the shutdown.
Yeah,
You
it was
did
just
a
like, it was
shutdown.
complete shock. And
Right.
so I called up.
Did you call up what's
I
his
called
name?
Steve Stock, and I said, Steve, I said, listen, I'm ready to be a starving artist.
Yeah.
And then so I went and I got MAGCHOP. I had to come up with the name, come up with a design for the logo, which was, I mean, I can't tell you the amount of logos that I drew, and nobody liked them. And then
This is so perfect.
yeah, and it was one day my
It's
wife came to me.
absolutely
She's like, "We
perfect.
have to have a logo by tomorrow." And I had this big fat marker in my hand, and I wrote MAGCHOP with just my writing, and
it's
I
perfect.
outlined it. And that's how
Perfect.
That's great.
perfect.
Yeah, by the way,
the logo.
By the way, your wife is the most amazing wife. She's awesome. I love
She is.
her.
I'm gonna
She
keep her
really
around
is.
another week or two. You
Yeah.
know?
No, you
Cheers.
better not lose that one.
Cheers.
She's the best. Naomi's the best.
Yep.
I love her. She's the biggest. She's his biggest supporter besides me.
You know what my favorite memory of you is? My favorite memory. Well, because there are many.
There's many. Yeah.
But my favorite is the night that you and your wife were going to come see me perform at Patty.
Oh yeah.
What was the place called? You know, I was going to do stand-up comedy, but there's two locations. What was the place called? Patty McGee's? Or something like that?
The one in Margate?
no. It's oh my
Some
God.
place, some Irish bar.
It's an Irish bar, and they have one
and
in
then
Lighthouse
one in
Point
Pompano.
and
yeah,
one in Boca.
Right.
The one in Boca's by Glades over there.
Yeah, exactly.
I know exactly.
So
where it
I
is.
was performing at the one in Boca,
Yeah.
which I just...
I didn't even know there was one in Boca. I just
So I did my whole show. I'm all done with the show. It's like 11:30, or, you know, whatever time it was. And all of a sudden I get a call from Kenny, and he's like, "Yo, where are you?"
I'm like, where are you? We're here waiting. You know?
I'm like,
I'm done.
"I'm done. I'm driving home. Where are you?" He says, "I'm in Lighthouse Point. I'm lit."
I'm sitting there waiting.
Schmammed.
We're just getting schmammed up over there while
We're
we're waiting.
smashed. Where are you? And I was like, "Oh, Kenny,
Wrong location, Kenny.
Kenny."
I've seen Sharon perform twice live,
She's awesome.
and it's cool because, you know, you see some comedians and then they give the same. You see them one show and then you see them the next show.
They're the same shit.
They do the same
no,
shit.
that's
Not
not what you
Sharon.
do. Not Sharon. I got a whole nother Sharon.
A whole
I
nother
was like,
show.
Shit, yeah,
I get bored with myself.
I even found out Sharon had an inner thigh tattoo. I was like, Sharon, I didn't know that about you.
Oh man, you just told the whole world my secret.
Oh well, I saw it.
I got so many secrets. Secrets.
Wait, tell me more about the tattoo.
But yeah, so I had another thought in my head, and I wanted to say it to you, and it went out of my head when you said inner thigh tattoo. I totally went bloop. Where did that
Sorry, I
thought
have
go?
that effect, you know.
My mic stood up.
How's your deck doing?
Oh,
How's that deck?
we got them in already.
Well, anyway. So, yeah. So,
So that's
tell
what
us.
started my journey.
Right. Well, wait, and we also worked on a couple of projects together. We
Yes.
worked on Bay Nights.
Yes.
And
Oh,
you were my
yeah.
bodyguard.
I was your bodyguard.
He was
yeah.
my bodyguard because I played, this, which we talked about when Mama
Yes,
Ali
Mama
was
Ali's
here,
movie. Yeah.
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
That was fun. It was
it
funny
was-
because I had just flown in. I had shot the movie Crossing the Line in California, and I flew in, and Alexandra Bayo calls me, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing? We need somebody tonight." And I'm like, "All right, cool, I'll come through." And I had shaved my head, so my head was almost bald. Even in the Bay Nights, you could see that my hair is growing back, but it was pretty
Yeah.
much bald. Because I went bald for the movie Crossing the Line, because when I met the guy, he was like, you know, you could keep your hair, but when I read the thing and I read his description, I was like, no, I gotta be that guy. So I shaved my head for the movie.
Yeah.
But that's why my head was shaved when we did that scene.
Yeah. They
And-
had us out like in the dumps.
Yeah, it was way out in
It was all
Davie.
Out in Davie.
Like, and this is the thing, is that they just made that road.
Yeah.
That used to not be
It's all
there.
dirt road.
So I kept driving by it, and I'm like, yo, where is this place at? And then Alexandra called me. So when I didn't know I was working with Sharon until I got there. And I was like, oh, I'm
We were like,
Sharon.
oh.
I was
we were
like,
so
yeah, let's
happy.
go. Yeah, I was happy.
Yeah, that was, you know, remember I told you the scene was like a dual role
Mm-hmm.
scene, and I had to play, you know, I was this Bible thumping
Wait a minute.
mom.
Wait a minute.
Up. Oh, we just we got our delivery. Our pizza
Pizza
just got
time.
delivered.
Pizza.
Woo! What are we
right.
getting? It's how you doing?
How you doing?
How you
How you
doing?
doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing?
I wonder what kind of pizza it is this week.
What does it matter?
You're right, Joe. It's
always
always fucking delicious.
Let's see what we got here. Come on.
So, what makes how you doing so special?
Woo-wee.
What makes how you doing so
Well,
special?
I know they use all fresh products. The mutts is local.
The flour's organic.
Flour's organic.
The tomatoes are flown in from New Jersey.
And they fly
Super sad.
from where?
Chicago.
Nice.
Super sad from Chicago.
Yeah.
Right, let's go.
And they always run monthly specials,
Right.
sometimes twice a month, different specials. So let's take a bite.
Let's try some.
Yeah, let's
do
have
it.
some. You gonna have pizza with us?
Absolutely.
You don't have any allergies, do you? You don't have any.
I have an allergy to starving.
Okay, well then you're in the right place, baby, because we always feed our guests.
Awesome.
So this, I think tonight's meatball.
I'm
Is it-
so yeah. It looks
is
like
it
meatball.
meatball?
Good.
It might be sausage. It looks.
It might be sausage. It might be meatball. We don't know.
I mean, I could eat
But
this whole
whatever it is,
pie.
it's gonna
So
be fresh,
me
it's
eating the
gonna be
one
good.
slice is like,
Oh, look at the cheese.
This looks. Oh my God, it looks.
thank
so
you,
good.
Tony.
Tony.
Use 5 plates
I
for each
can't
slice.
wait.
Why not?
Okay, now you gotta listen to the crunch.
Thank you, my brother.
Mm.
Ooh, that was nice.
That was a good one.
Let me taste it.
It's sourdough pizza.
It's good.
It's so fucking good.
really
It's
good.
always fucking delicious, and it always has a little kick to it.
Got a little kick to it. Yeah, I was just gonna say it's got a little kick to
Little
it.
magical kick. We get our pizza always delivered from their Palmetto Park Road location, but they actually have 2 locations in Boca Raton. They have 1 location in Boynton Beach. As I mentioned earlier, they're going to have another location coming in the first quarter of 2026 in Coral Springs. And they just opened in Las Vegas.
And you were there.
And I was there. Ha ha.
Okay. Delicious. What do you
Oh
think,
my
Ken?
God.
This is delicious. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's so good.
I'm
Oh my
so
God,
glad.
Joe.
I have not tried
Chicago?
this. I kept hearing about
Chicago
this pizza.
super sad. How can you go wrong?
All the ingredients are either delivered fresh, flown in fresh.
Thank you, brother.
Like the tomatoes are from New Jersey. You can't believe it. You can't believe what these people do.
They make the mozzarella local.
Yep. And the dough, I think, is fermented for like 8 days, something like that.
They grow tomatoes in New Jersey?
They do.
Oh yeah, my
That's all they do.
My grandparents grew in New York in the Bronx.
I like
Wow.
the best tomatoes. Best tomatoes.
Tony, you having some pizza?
All right, but now back to Kenny.
Ben, are
Let
you
him talk with his
eating?
mouth full.
Delicious. How you doing?
How you doing? I recommend.
This is really good.
Usually I try to say the phone number of the one on Palmetto Park Road, but you know what? Which is 561-757-6434. My mouth is full. But you know what, guys? Go to their website. Listen, my mouth is always full.
I was looking at Joe's face.
Disgraziad. Go to their website. You can contact whichever one is closer to you. I think they should deliver, like, you know how people deliver food, you know, even though they're in Omaha, they deliver the steak to Florida. I think they should do the same thing with the pizza. That's my
They do a White
thought on
Castle
it.
now,
I know they do.
Do they?
frozen box.
Oh yeah, they had it in Dixie.
Why fly it in?
Not that. But I do buy that.
Do you?
I sure do.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh my God, I buy it from the freezer. So good. You know, when you come home at 12 o'clock at night, you
So-
had a couple of cocktails,
They're good, but they're
stick a
they're
couple
not
in the
the same.
microwave, and you add your own ketchup. Oh, man.
They're not the same as that 4 a.m. ride from the nightclub.
We don't have a White Castle here.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah, they don't have them
What am
here.
I going to do? Hop on the jet,
Go to Orlando.
Executive Airport, and
3
go up
hours to
New York?
Orlando. But
You
Kenny,
could do that.
my boy,
Yes, sir.
tell us where your art's hanging now. That's big.
Oh yeah, so of
We
course
got to talk about that.
we do because I was going to bring some art, but I did not have my vehicle that can
Can
carry
we
my
show
art.
it?
We can. Definitely, yeah. So I'm going to send you guys nice pictures of the art and everything. But I wanted to bring it, to have some pieces here. But everything's right now currently hanging in the gallery that I opened at the New Harrah's Casino in Pompano Beach.
Do you guys hear this? Harrah's Casino
Yes.
in Pompano Beach.
It is the first
Like
Caesars
the brand
Entertainment-
new casino. The huge megaplex, beautiful, amazing.
Yes.
His art is in,
Yep.
like he has his own
Gallery.
Its own
gallery.
section, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I cut the ribbon and everything for the gallery.
Unbelievable.
They had came to me, and we actually been working on this for like 2 years. We
Wow.
were trying to get it together while they were, there was a lot of renovations being going on. The place is really cool because it's
How
in
did
the-
that happen? Like, who? They contacted you. You contacted
They
them.
contacted me.
Like they just saw your work. Like,
No, actually, it's a very interesting story.
I gotta hear it.
My daughter's best friend since kindergarten, her dad is the guy that pretty much runs the place. And
shit.
throughout the years as they were growing up, he was always around. And so one day when he started seeing that I was in the entertainment industry, because I didn't get into it right away. It's only been 10 years that I've been really in it. And and so when he saw what I was doing, he was like, "Man, do you know I'm a photographer?" And I was like, "No way." And because I never knew what he did. And he's like, "Yeah, but he worked for it was called The Isle at the time.
right.
The Isles, yeah.
Yeah. And so then he's like, "Well, I do this," but he was actually a photographer for Scott Storch. And so he had a lot of
I know who that is.
yeah, so he was doing this guy was doing a lot of cool stuff. And I was like, "Oh man." So at the time when I was managing musicians, that's when he started really, really realizing what I was doing. And then he started getting to my art and was like, "Yo, your art is good." And so then when he came to I did a 6-month exhibit at Art Serve Fort Lauderdale, which is
I
really
remember that.
cool. Yeah. And it's really cool. That was really exciting.
remember that too, yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, we got to get your art up somewhere else." So when they built the Harrah's, they were talking about an art gallery, and he was like, they were working with like a bunch of different curators. And he was like, "Listen, why don't we just go, since it's in Pompano, let's get a local Pompano artist." And they wanted to do like local Pompano, then local Broward, then local South Florida artists. That's what they want to start doing.
Right.
The gallery be it'll be interchanged.
Right.
And so, it'll be every 6 months. Mine will be in there for a year, for the first year, but my products, once we open the shop,
That's
will stay in.
amazing.
Yeah, it was wild. So,
Now, are people buying your art?
well, we just opened, so,
okay.
I got to get the clientele. I got to get it, there's some few things that we got to work on to get everything going. I'm going to start doing some networking events there and things like that. Obviously, you guys know I do the art.
I want to
networking.
do a podcast from the gallery.
Let's do it.
Can we make that happen?
Yep.
Ben, can we make that happen?
Anything for you.
Yep. Definitely.
Let's-
And it's cool because there's a big picture of me on the wall.
Yeah, I took a picture
I really
of it.
want to make that happen.
Okay.
I took a
You
picture
know,
and sent it.
you'll be a part of it.
Okay.
We'll do it from the gallery. Ben,
I can handle it.
Harris, maybe Harris might want to sponsor. We
Maybe.
Funny.
Never know.
You never know.
Never know. So, but I.
Putting it out to the universe. Anyway,
But that's how. So I presented my artwork to them, and then.
is any of your artwork in here that maybe we can do
Yes.
just a little up close? Ben maybe can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
I want
I'll
to talk
zoom
about
in a
your
little bit.
fashion too.
Yes.
Is there any more?
Bikinis.
Yeah, that was the interesting. Let me see. You know what? I might have a better one in this.
Thank you.
Because I actually had my artwork. This is a really good.
Yep, flip
Should
it
I-
and I'll. Yeah,
Okay,
just
and
flip
you'll
it
be
and
able to zoom in?
I'll zoom in. Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
So I had my artwork. Obviously, that's Miami Swimming, but that piece right there, that's First
look at
Impression.
that. Wow.
It was in downtown Fort Lauderdale. That
Wow.
is 9 feet by. I don't remember the other dimension, but it was pretty big.
Oh, is that what's on Joe's cup?
That's not the piece that's on Joe's cup, but that one does come on one of the mugs. And
That's
the
so cool.
Where can people buy your merch?
MAGCHOP.
Because you sell. We're gonna have
Yeah.
to get that up on, MAGCHOP.com.
yeah.
So you sell.
Yeah.
Not just cups but you have a whole line of clothing. He's actually.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually a fashion designer.
Yes.
So I want to talk about that. I went to FIT. I graduated FIT, the Fashion Institute. So I need to talk to you about your fashion.
Yeah. The thing about everything that I've done as every piece of it is a story in itself, because I never I never, even when I was like an artist who drew, I didn't pursue it until I started doing collage art, which when I was an artist who drew, I didn't like, right? And I didn't go to school for art, never took any kind of art classes or anything like that, courses or nothing. And then how I got into fashion was I had a friend of mine had married this girl from like Israel or something. And I think I could say it now. It was for papers, but she got deported. So it didn't work out. But when he had brought her to the house, she saw the pieces and like, yo, I want this on a bathing suit. Can you make it happen? Poor girl never got a bathing suit. She was the whole inspiration behind the whole line. Never got a bathing suit. So, so I went and I started research because at the time when I first started MAGCHOP, it was like I was a yes man. Like people were like, yo, can you do this? And I was like, yeah, sure. And that's how like book covers. I started doing these book covers because people were like, oh, can you do a book cover? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? You know what I mean? Like,
So you made this book cover?
Yes.
Made mine too.
Ben?
Yeah. And that book is written by the lady who changed the way they hire, fire, demote, and promote women in the FAA.
Wow.
Yes. So if you guys remember back in, I think it was like 2000s or something like that, that there was they were going to actually crash 2 planes over the bay in New York just to get this woman fired, and she exposed it and saved a bunch of lives. And it was all over CNN and everything. It was like all over the place. And then she had to go into hiding because like her life was being threatened for a long time. And it was like she finally came out after a lot of the people have already died and retired. They're not coming after her no more. She was able to come out. And I met her because I did the memorabilia art for Ernie Francis Jr., the race car driver.
I remember Ernie.
And she was a fan of his, and so she wanted one of the pieces that I made. And so I went and I met her. I dropped off a piece to her, and we were sitting there talking, and she told me the whole story. And I'm looking at her, and I was like, I remember the shows about her. And I was like, I thought your hair was blonde. And she's like, it was. She had dyed it. She had completely changed her look. And I was like, I remember you from like TV and everything.
Wow.
So she told me about her book, and it was like 6 months later, she called me and she's like, hey, I've been looking at book covers that they've submitted, and I think about this piece you gave me, and it was collage. Can you collage something together for me? And I'm like, yeah, I can make your book cover. Why not?
I can do anything.
I could do anything, you know? And so I did the book cover. That's actually my wife on the cover, and those are my hands.
Really?
Yes, yeah. And see, I'm not wearing the ring because I wanted to give the creepy effect, and she's got a ring on because she was married at the time. And then we actually made the planes look like it's kind of crashing into her head. You know
Oh, my
what I mean?
God.
Like there's like a lot of little details. And so I started doing these book covers.
What is the other book?
This one is called Crimea, River of Blood. It's by Lillian Taylor. You know Lillian.
I do?
Yes, you do.
Here, let's hold this up.
And she came to me and she's like, hey, can you do another book cover? And so she kind of described what she was looking for and created it. And then boom, and that's how I did that one.
So you did that.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like
No, it's not. It was actually
MAGCHOP
digital.
stuff. Yeah.
And I was working with a digital, a guy that does digital art that was really good at, and I worked with him and we put it together, and that's how we were to do that. And then this one was from Frank Ruffalo. We all know Frank Ruffalo.
Frankie, yeah.
Yes. So
He wants to come on the show.
yeah, I actually it was a trip because he came to that picture. It says New York Fashion Week in the back. That picture is actually from Palm Beach Swim Week.
Yes?
And so there was stories that he knew about me, like certain things that I had gone through and everything. And so he kind of, entertained it or whatever, but put it in the book. So it's pretty cool. So there's little aspects of the truth to it in the book.
Now, what is this magazine article about?
So this was Creative Magazine. This is an international magazine. I got on the cover. It was the 25th issue.
Wow.
And it was a trip because I wasn't supposed to be the cover person of this. When we were there and I was telling the lady my story about what I went through facing life in prison, the trial, losing everything, she was like, wait, and you did all of this? And so she was like tripping out because she was like, how did you end up in fashion shows? And that's a whole nother story, which we'll get into if we have time. And so she was like, I have to get you.
See the time? That's how much time we have left.
Yeah, we got time.
Oh, okay. So she was like, I have to change the cover. I have to put you on the cover. She's like, I imagine this. She's like, I'm going to see what I'm going to do because I have a cover already made. So I really didn't think she was going to do it. And it was and I got the call when the magazine came out. I actually got the call from the lady who was she was like the main girl behind the owner of Planet Fashion TV.
That's amazing.
And they did that, and they were like, it was wild.
That's amazing.
But when I got into the fashion, it was because I made this bathing suit and I showed people and they were like, yo, this is really nice. But it was so expensive to make. I didn't know bathing suits were so expensive. You know how expensive these things are for triangles? Triangles? So
Triangles.
yeah, you know what I mean? A bunch of triangles. So it was like, I was like, man, what the heck? So I ended up going to, I would go to these networking events and I would end up in these meetings, right? And I got invited by a really good friend of mine who passed away named Jody DePriest.
I remember Jody.
Jody, I love that guy. He was crazy. But he invited me to this networking event. I go in there and there's like all kinds of like politicians and stuff there. And I'm like, well, where am I at? Rick Scott was there. And I'm like, what's he doing here? That's the guy from TV. You know what I mean? I'm tripping out. And in walks this lady in this red dress, and everybody just kind of like she was an angel walking in the room. And it was Liliana Lovela, right? From Planet she was from Palm Beach Swim Week. And I didn't know who she was. But funny thing, I knew that she was somebody that everybody kind of had a thing.
You knew you needed to know her.
I needed to know her, so, excuse me. Right. So.
Do you want some iced tea?
No, thank you. I'll take some more of that, though.
Jack and Ginger?
Does he want another one of those?
Yes, please. So I went and I sat next to her. And now here's the thing. When I first started MAGCHOP, for the first 3 years, I only wore like button-up shirts or a suit. Remember when you met me? I think I was in a suit when you met me. I was in a really, I only wanted people to see me one way. Because I always felt like everyone's going to see that guy who was facing life in prison. I didn't want them to see that. Yeah, I wanted them to see a businessman. I wanted them to see a business artist. And so I was really like particular about that. You know what I mean? About how I dressed and everything like that. And I derailed my train of thought. Hold on.
You met the lady in the red dress?
Yes. So I'm sitting down next to her, and now I'm in a suit. We're in this big like boardroom table, right? And all these people with nice outfits, and she's in a red gown. And I pull out my business card, and my business card used to have one of my pieces on the back. Mm-hmm. And I hand her the card, and I go, hi, how you doing? I'm Kenny from MAGCHOP. And she's like, hi, I'm Liliana. And I give her the card, and she looks at it, and she goes, are you into cars? And I was like, yeah. She goes, fuck yeah. Okay, now, we're at this freaking nice table. Like, we're at you know what I mean? The governor's at the table. He was the governor at the time, right? I think he was. I think he was, right? Yeah. And I'm like tripping out. And she says, fuck yeah, right there. And I'm like, I'm looking around like, hey, y'all saw that? Y'all saw it wasn't me? You know? It turns out I met her in 1998 at a car show in Tampa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She had built a car that built the top car that was in my club, which was Harsh Reality. And I told her, she goes, man, I used to do car shows. And I was like, oh, you did? She was like, yeah, the last one I did was in 98 in Slamfest. And I was like, yeah, I did Slamfest 98. I got third place in that show. She goes, yeah, I got first. And I'm like, you got first place? And what car did you have? She's like, the black Honda. And I was like, you beat Rocco? And she goes, from Harsh Reality? I did. She knew.
Right away.
And I go, I met you at that show.
That was it. That was the connection.
Yeah. So then I didn't think much of it. And then I called her after I got the first bathing suit done. I called her up and I was like, hey, this thing was really expensive. I know you do fashion. Do you have a manufacturer? And she's like, you made bathing suits out of your art? And I was like, yeah. She goes, I got to see.
That was your end.
That was it. And so when I did Palm Beach Swim Week, the show was so big that I got invited to Miami Swim Week.
That's huge.
And it was like Planet Fashion TV was like, yo, we want you there. So, but I didn't feel like I was ready. So I did Orlando Fashion Week first. And I tried some things and it worked. So I did it in Miami.
And you went to Miami.
Yeah.
That is so huge.
And I never went to fashion school. I didn't go to any type of design school until right before Miami Swim Week. I actually took 2 classes at a place called TAWKS in Boca Raton. Mm-hmm. Did 3 months there before Miami Swim Week. Mainly because I wanted to know, there was a lot of lingo that I didn't know. I understood it. I mean, I was making my own patterns, and this was a crash course in fashion.
Yeah, you never did anything like that before.
Nothing. I
don't think I could do it, and I went to school.
It was crazy because I would walk in these places, and they had these like paper bag looking things hanging, and I'm like, what is that? That's the patterns. And so I had to learn how to cut my own patterns and design my leggings, my bathing suits. Everything was designed by me.
Kenny, there's so much more I want to talk to you
And you can
about.
find that all on
We
your
have, like-
website.
we have like an hour. I mean,
An
a
hour,
minute,
I wish.
God.
a minute and 10 seconds left.
We have to do a part 2.
We're gonna
100%.
we're gonna have to. Well, you know what? All kidding aside, I really want to set something up over at Harris. So we are going to continue this, but quickly because we have 1 minute. How did you get started in acting? Can you do it in a minute? Can you tell me in a minute?
Yes.
Do it.
I was
Shoot.
trying to get my artwork into movies as memorabilia. I kept meeting directors and producers. Every time I was on set, they were like, hey, we wrote a scene for you. Then one day they were like, you're going to star in the movie. Now I have 5 movies on Amazon Prime, 1 on Tubi, a couple on YouTube. I've been in 22 films.
Where can everybody find you?
At MAGCHOP, MAGCHOP. Everything is at MAGCHOP. That's how you find me.
On Instagram,
Yes.
on Facebook, on
And
everything
everything.
is
MAGCHOP.com is MAGCHOP.com is my website. MAGCHOP, at MAGCHOP on Instagram, and then at MAGCHOP on TikTok. And I do a live 10 o'clock every night.
every night.
Yes.
Every 7 nights a week.
No, except for the weekends. Sorry.
Okay.
No weekends.
TikTok.
Okay.
I got a drink.
Well,
TikTok.
listen. Happy
We made
New
it.
Year, everybody!
Happy
Thank
New
you
Year.
for joining us here
Great-
at We
great show.
Talk
Thank
Funny.
you,
We
Kenny.
love you, Kenny.
I'm the first guest.
First of the year. First guest of the
Okay.
year.
First guest of the year. That's right.
Great show.
Thank you so
Great
much.
show.
Thank you.
That's it?
Yeah, Joe, that's it. Until next week, when we have another fantabulous episode of the We Talk Funny podcast.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our show and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform at We Talk Funny. See you next Tuesday.
C-U-N-T.